Yield strength of a material is determined by the test. A. Creep. B. Tension. C. Compression. D. Endurance. The correct answer is tension. In fluid flow and heat and mass transfer, one encounters I. Kinematic velocity, 2. Molecular diffusivity and thermal diffusivity. The units of these quantities are A and all have units of ms, B and all have units of m2s, C and have units of m2s while has unit of ms, D and have units of ms while has unit of m2s. The correct answer is and have units of m2s while has unit of ms. Window panes of aeroplanes are normally made of A. Perspex PMMA, B. Teflon PTFE, C. Bakelite phenol formaldehyde, D. polystyrene. The correct answer is Perspex PMMA. Flux is used for the extraction of metal from its self-fluxing ores. A. No. B. Acid. C. Basic. D. Neutral. The correct answer is no. Good design of the casing of a centrifugal pump aims at minimizing the A. Cavitation, B. Frictional losses, C. Kinetic energy loss, D. Static head. The correct answer is kinetic energy loss. A dummy activity is used in PERT network to describe the A. Precedence relationship, B. Resource idleness, C. Resource restriction, D. Necessary time delay. The correct answer is precedence relationship. Which of the following is not a characteristic observed in material failure by fatigue fracture? A. Plastic deformation of material does not occur. B. Initiation of crack from below the surface does not occur. C. Initiation of crack occurs on the surface of the machine part. D. Presence of both rough smooth zone with conchoidal markings in smooth zone of the surface. The correct answer is initiation of crack from below the surface does not occur. A polymer is termed as an elastomer if its percentage elongation is more than 100. An elastomer is termed as rubber if its percentage elongation is more than %. A. 150. B. 200. C. 300. D. 400. The correct answer is 200. Current employed in resistance welding ranges from kVA cm to A. 1.2 to 2.5, B. 4.5 to 6.2, C. 7.5 to 8.5, D. 10.5 to 15.5. The correct answer is 4.5 to 6.2. Brittleness induced due to the presence of sulphur in steel can be reduced by adding A. Manganese, B. Magnesium, C. Vanadium, D. Copper. The correct answer is manganese. Fibrous fracture is normally encountered in the materials A. Hard, B. Elastic, C. Ductile, D. Brittle. The correct answer is ductile. Bad odor in sanitary latrines is reduced by periodically sprinkling A. Bleaching powder, B. Lime powder, C. Aluminium sulfate, D. None of these. The correct answer is lime powder. Has the highest melting point out of the following A. Tungsten, B. Zirconium, C. Molybdenum, D. Tantalum. The correct answer is tungsten. The only suitable method for hardening the low-carbon steel is case hardening. Which of the following is a case hardening process? A. Cyaniding, B. Shadizing, C. Spherodizing, D. None of these. The correct answer is cyaniding. Annealing of cast iron. A. Softens it to facilitate machining, B. Decreases the free carbon, C. Increases the strength, D. None of these. The correct answer is Softens it to facilitate machining. Coating thickness in case of galvanizing of steel sheet generally corresponds to the deposition of GMS of zinc per m2 of steel strip. A510, B1000, 1500, C100 and 2500, D1500, 3000. The correct answer is 100 and 2500. Chlorine acts as a bleaching agent only in the presence of A. Dry air, B. Pure oxygen, C. Moisture, D. Sunlight. The correct answer is moisture. Corona discharge is related to the operation of an A. Induction motor, B. Electrostatic precipitator, C. Fast breeder reactor, D. Magneto-hydrodynamic generator MHD. The correct answer is electrostatic precipitator. Plastics as a material of construction suffer from the drawback of low A. Machinability, B. Density, C. Strength, D. Plastic deformation. The correct answer is strength. Out of the following, the best material capable of withstanding shock vibration without the danger of cracking is A. Malleable iron, B. Grey cast iron, C. Chilled cast iron, D. White cast iron. The correct answer is malleable iron. Factor of safety is the ratio of the stress to the working stress. A. Tensile, B. Compressive, C. Yield, D. Bearing. The correct answer is yield. The majority charge carriers in p-type silicon are A. Free electrons, B. Ions, C. Conduction electrons, D. Holes. The correct answer is holes. Referring to the periodic table of elements, it is found that with increasing atomic number, the atomic size in the same A. period increases, B. period decreases, C. group increases, D. both BC. The correct answer is both BC. With increase in knocking tendency in a spark ignition petrol engine decreases. A. Supercharging, B. wall temperature, C. compression ratio, D. engine speed. The correct answer is engine speed. Between 230 and 370 C. Blue brittleness is caused in mild steel because of the A. immobility of dislocation, B. strain aging, C. increase in Young's modulus, D. strain hardening. The correct answer is strain aging. Silicon percentage in the silicon steel used for electrical appliances equipments is A. 0.3 0.4, B. 1214, C. 34, D. 2025. The correct answer is 34. Which of the following is not a dielectric material? A. cotton, silk and paper, B. asbestos, glass, porcelain and mica, C. rubber and polymeric resins, D. all refractory materials. The correct answer is rubber and polymeric resins. Magnetic permeability of iron is increased by its A. decarburizing, B. alloying with cobalt, C. purification, D. alternate heating cooling. The correct answer is alloying with cobalt. The materials which fracture even at small strains are termed as brittle, while those materials which exhibit an appreciable deformation before failure are termed as A. rigid, B. tough, C. ductile, D. plastic. The correct answer is ductile. Material of construction of foundry crucible is A. lead, B. stainless steel, C. graphite, D. cast iron. The correct answer is graphite. Boiling point of water gets lowered at high altitudes, e.g. hills, because A. temperature is low, B. Atmospheric pressure is low. C. Atmospheric pressure is high. D. None of these. The correct answer is atmospheric pressure is low. With increase in temperature, the electrical conductivity of semiconductors A. increases. B. decreases. C. remain constant. D. either A or B depends on the type of semiconductor. The correct answer is increases. Which of the following is not associated with the functioning of a petrol engine? A. compression ignition system. B. spark plug. C. carburetor. D. Otto cycle. The correct answer is compression ignition system. Minimum number of members required to form a public limited joint stock company is A. 7. B. 10. C. 12. D. 17. The correct answer is 7. In an eutectic system, two elements are completely A. soluble in solid state. B. insoluble in liquid state. C. insoluble in both solid-liquid state. D. soluble in liquid state. The correct answer is soluble in liquid state. Cryogenics is concerned with the generation use of low temperature in the range of A. 0 K to 123 K. B. 0 C to 123 C. C. 0 C to 273 C. D. 0 K to 273 K. The correct answer is 0 K to 123 K. The capacity of a spring to store energy is called the spring form coefficient. Stiffness of a spring is measured by the A. ability to absorb shock. B. capacity to store energy. C. ratio of the wire coil diameters. D. load to produce unit deflection. The correct answer is load to produce unit deflection. Which of the following materials has the maximum shrinkage allowance? A. brass. B. cast iron. C. lead. D. aluminium alloy. The correct answer is lead. Vibration up to 100 kHz can be most accurately measured by a type accelerometer. A. preloaded spring. B. piezoelectric. C. bonded strain gauge. D. none of these. The correct answer is piezoelectric. Normalizing does not offer metal. A. improve machinability tensile strength. B. remove internal stresses. C. refine the structure. D. remove strains caused by cold working. The correct answer is remove internal stresses. Boiler tube size is specified by its thickness and diameter. A. outside. B. inside. C. mean. D. none of these. The correct answer is outside. Break-even point represents the condition when the company runs under no profit no loss condition. In break-even analysis, total cost comprises of fixed cost. A. only. B. plus variable cost. C. plus overhead cost. D. plus selling expenses. The correct answer is plus variable cost. Unit of surface tension in SI unit is A. watt m. B. joule m2. C. newton m2. D. joule m. The correct answer is joule m2. The joint for soldering is supported by binding wire made of A. mild steel. B. copper. C. soft iron. D. stainless steel. The correct answer is soft iron. The main reducing agent in iron blast furnace is A. carbon dioxide. B. carbon monoxide. C. oxygen. D. air. The correct answer is carbon monoxide. Young's modulus of a material is the measure of its A. stiffness. B. malleability. C. creep resistance. D. tensile strength. The correct answer is stiffness. Which of the following is not used as a bearing material? A. Copper-lead alloys. B. Babates. C. Bronzes. D. ceramides. The correct answer is ceramides. Brass parts with high residual tensile stress at the surface are susceptible to season cracking, i.e. spontaneous cracking occurring on exposure to atmospheric corrosion if its zinc percentage is more than A. 5, B. 10, C. 20, D. 35. The correct answer is 20. Water flow in the river during flood can be categorized as the flow A. unsteady uniform, B. unsteady non-uniform, C. steady uniform, D. steady non-uniform. The correct answer is unsteady non-uniform. Basicity Cao MgO CO2 of the slag in Indian blast furnace is in the range of A. 0.71.0, B. 1.11.4, C. 1.51.8, D. 2.02.5. The correct answer is 1.11.4.